The Swiss Army knife is truly incredible. If you look closely, you have such things as pocket knives, can openers, screwdriver tip, saw for cutting wood. Look at this, there's actually working scissors in here. The Romans had the idea of incorporating several small tools in a compact device over 2,000 years ago. However, this concept got lost to time. In the 1880s, the Swiss Army decided to upgrade their pocket knife, and this revolutionary product was born. Let's put some of these to the test. Yeah, it's perfectly adequate. That's just fine. There's a little secret right here. What's that on the end? From the time I was a young boy, I was always amazed by the Swiss Army knife. I wondered how they could pack so many useful tools in such a small, compact device. How did this useful tool get invented? Throughout the centuries, an army's success has always been dependent on their access to tools and resources. The lighter and more functional a tool could be, it makes it more useful and more flexible. A multi-purpose tool. Introducing the Swiss Army knife. The great advantage of the Swiss Army knife is an incredible innovation because it incorporates a huge number of useful tools in such a compact device. The Romans had the idea of incorporating several small tools in a compact device over 2,000 years ago. Look at this device. It incorporates a spoon, a fork, a blade, even a toothpick. However, this concept got lost to time, and from the 1600s on, the basic pocket tool became the handy tool of choice. In the 1880s, the Swiss Army decided to upgrade their pocket knife, and this revolutionary product was born. The Swiss Army knife is absolutely iconic. Let me know if you have one or want one. The new multi-purpose tool allowed the soldiers to clean their guns, open a can, even a screwdriver was included. Then comes along businessman Carl Eisner, took the production of the knife and other tools over in 1897 to the nearest version of the modern multi-purpose tool we know today as the Swiss Army knife. Carl kept on improving the design and kept adding useful tools. The name of the Swiss Army knife was too difficult to pronounce for Americans, so he changed it to the Swiss Army knife. Today, the Victorinox factory produces over 350 versions of the knife, including over 800 tools to choose from. The factory is producing an eye-watering 17 million knives per year. The manufacturing process starts with 3mm thick coil of stainless steel. The metal gets punched out by a die-cutting machine to the desired shape of the tool. This single coil of metal product can produce enough steel for 30,000 blades to be punched out. The other tools, such as the can opener, files, saws, etc., are punched out in a similar way. Then a machine with stones and water vibrates, rubbing up against the steel tools, and the metal is polished clean. Once polished, the metal blades are picked up by a powerful magnet. The blades are still so thick, they have to be ground flat to a quality tolerance within 0.02 of a millimeter. Now that's less than the thickness, the width of a human hair. This will prevent jamming of the tool when it's being opened and closed. The blades now get heat treated, which will add much strength by hardening and toughening the metal. The edge of all the blades have a notch inside so they can be assembled into the opening and closing system. This type of joint is called a slip joint and was actually invented 300 years ago. Finally, the Swiss Army knife is assembled using a pin assembly by the employee, which helps the tool to align straightly and replicated the exact same each time. The shiny and iconic red outer parts are stamped from an injection molding process. The Victorinox manufacturing company makes the Swiss Army knife and exports it to over 120 countries all over the world. The company keeps developing this useful product and adds many innovations. They have added many things such as scissors, lights, whistles, even USB memory sticks, and many other useful tools. Very few useful products have lasted this long and have become such a staple in our lives. The Swiss Army knife is truly an amazing and resourceful invention. The Swiss Army knife is truly incredible. Now this one states online that it has 15 different tools and gadgets. If you look closely, you have such things as pocket knives, can openers, screwdriver tip, saw for cutting wood. Look at this, there's actually working scissors in here. Smaller pocket knives, punch pocket knives with a sharp edge that can be pushed through things. This little eyelet could be used to pull thread or cable. We have hook tools and devices here. We have a corkscrew, I guess for opening wine. Let's put some of these to the test. Scissors. Yeah, that's perfectly adequate. That's just fine. Yeah, that's pretty sharp. You definitely would cut yourself if you're not careful with that. You can carry it here. Keep it in your toolbox. I'm telling you, the engineering on this sphere is great. When you're putting tools in and out, you can feel how solid it is, how it's not a toy, it's a legit tool. Let's try this cutter. Look at that. That's literally a saw blade. Oh yeah. You could cut through wood with that, no problem at all. No problem at all. And the knives are extremely sharp, hardened steel. Yeah, I've been impressed with the quality and how just the engineering on it is really tight and well done, well thought out. There's a little secret right here. What's that on the end? Oh, tweezers. You got a little tweezers for doing fine detail work, pulling something out. That's pretty fancy. Yeah, this is really an impressive tool. How about this one? This one right here. That's actually a screwdriver. You got a can opener, another device here, and a screwdriver. Yeah, it's legit. It will work. These are real tools. They're not just toys. Do you own a Swiss Army knife? Let me know in the comments down below. I want to know if you have one, if you keep it in your toolbox, RV, camping, household, junk drawer. I want to know if you have this basic model, like a starter model, or if you have the large ones that have 50 different attachments. I've seen some crazy large Swiss Army knife models on the internet. So let me know in the comments down below. Thank you.